It's definitely changed now under Trump. Israel, I don't think, has this top-down order of like genocide, whereas like
dude, and then it just becomes like an Israel versus Palestine debate. Oh my god, dude, I'm so tired.
Houthis would gladly come in and by policy kill every Israeli in Israel.
Put aside the genocidal stuff, right? Because like, okay.
Well, we can just say the civilian thing, right? Like, yeah. I don't like if Destiny were to see an action from Israel where like they line up like 12 Palestinians, okay, and they just shoot them like execution style, he would go, no, that's abhorrent.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, like I just joked around with the bombing for the trucks or whatever. Yeah, this is fucking horrible, and it's like a cause for concern. Like even if it was a mistake, it must have been. I can't imagine their intention of trying to murder fucking foreign aid workers. But like even as a mistake, this is fucking horrible. They cleared the path ahead of time. These guys were moving on a pre-approved Israeli path. And these were expensive weapons. It's not like Israel just randomly shot these trucks. This was like a whole ass attack that had intelligence, surveillance, and recon, and everything associated with it. This is a massive fuck up. You're targeting multiple missiles on trucks to kill people that I believe were ultimately like civilians, were aid workers, right? It's not good. I'm not going to say you're defend that. That's insane. That's unhinged.
Not do that. But like if Hasan saw that from the Houthis with,
oh my god,
he would go, no, that's abhorrent. Israel should not do that. But like
quick reminder that Destiny's position before he did any research was that the Palestinians should be genocided or ethnically cleansed. It doesn't change that much. My position was before doing any research at all. Which
dude, Doobie is such a rage baiter, dude. This person is a rage baiter. No more brain juices? No, I have to be quiet as well. I have no problem editing. But guys, don't forget to like the stream and donate if you're able to.
Ironically, well, I said so now. With my position for doing research, it seems like these two people are probably going to fight forever. And if they're going to fight forever, I don't know. I guess I'd probably choose the Israelis to be the winners there. That was my position. And then afterwards,
I used to watch J-Sock religiously as background noise, but now I watch you. He is such a disgusting thing. It's even disrespectful to call him a sentient being. Foodshops. Yeah, he's kind of like a brain dead, drooling, retarded vegetable. Also, like, when was the last time he made anyone laugh? Serious question, okay? Just name one part where J-Dog actually made you laugh. All right, like I don't mean like a fucking snorting air out of your nose, like in a moderate amount to which it applies pressure, but like actually says something that made you like chuckle at least.
I literally say, I mean, it sucks, and obviously it sucks at the war and they're killing each other and all that, but I like it sucks. Like, how does any sane person listen to this clip and be like, wow, Destiny wants all the Palestinians to die, I guess?
Destiny share videos of women without consent. Good question. You must be living under a rock. Do some research.
If Hasan saw that from the Houthis with lining up 12 Israelis and execution style, he would be okay with that.
You think Hasan would be okay with an execution style of what, sorry?
Of like Israelis, if the Houthis got them or if Hamas got them.
You think he'd be in favor of them summarily executing all Israelis, including babies?
Drink.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Shaken, not stirred.
Rock A by Hasan, safe in your chair, streaming from mansions, with perfect hair. Workers unite, just don't touch my lease, I need my Tesla to fight for world peace.
Okay, thanks, I guess. Thanks Silver King for the $10. I appreciate that. Cinema? I mean, I guess. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. $10. Running. No, I'm prancing. Okay? I'm much more graceful than that. Okay?
Why did he add that in there? Why did he add that at the end? I feel like I'm watching... I feel like I'm watching the, oh god, fuck. What's the name of the Asian dude? Fuck, what was it? Oh, Bobby Lee. Like,
I got molested by a guy with that.
Aiden, don't you have a stream to go to? Don't you have a stream to go to, Aiden? Aiden, Shia streamer. I watch your stream sometimes, okay?
And you're gonna laugh. Don't laugh. Seriously.
Don't laugh. The thing is that I'm telling you something that's like I'm vulnerable about it, and I'm expressing a truth to you.
Hey, dude, you gotta get serious.
And if you cover your mouth, I just feel like you're laughing.
Nope, let's do it.
All right. So when I was 9,
The guy not allowed to ask questions is, well, I mean, I know what you're doing. You're asking questions in a way where you go, well, I'm gonna ask questions in a way where Queenman can farm this tomorrow. What is this? Foodshops running from the question? Got it. But but you know what it is? You know what it is? Because if you're actually asking in good faith, you would just be like, you would actually watch my streams. That's the thing. All right. Why don't you debate Destiny, huh? Why don't you debate Destiny? Do that instead. I think Destiny gave you a shout out on his stream or something. Yes, of course I know he's trolling. Yes, of course.
Was brutally molested by a guy.
You can't say brutally.
Why?
Because that's a curveball.
Why is that?
Good.
I'll debate Destiny. You say you wouldn't debate me? Oh, okay. Fair enough. All right. Why would he give you any good faith effort?
Don't say brutally. And look at Chin now. Don't.
It's not a curveball.
Don't say brutally.
You did
Yeah.
add some
All right. Don't add.
adjectives there.
So when I was 9 years old, every day for a summer.
You can't throw shit in there.
Why?
Because you fucking. I can't.
Why can't I?
Why did Pisco add and a baby?
Summer,
If Houthis got them or if Hamas got them.
you think he'd be in favor of them summarily executing all Israelis, including babies?
Why would he? Why does he add? Why does the babies come in here? Why?
Yes, absolutely.
What's the evidence of that?
Wait, I mean, he says the more terror you cause the Israelis, the more they'll flee back to Brooklyn, so we can destroy the state of Israel. And on top of that, if you take his word, which I think he believes,
Isn't that the
if it
Israeli argument? Like, we need to do this in order to get a Palestinian state, and so the more we do this kind of stuff, it's to protect
I
our
think that's
aspirations
like-
to be a state.
What?
terror you cause the Israelis.
Also, yeah, I like that he brings up that as an example. It's the funny thing is that Pisco tries to think of the most unhinged thing possible. But Hasan has actually said there are baby settlers.
Oh yeah, that was unhinged. And honestly, like they still believe in this, right? Like for example, Noah Samson has made a video like literally talking about how like, oh, look at these people on Omegle that are like Israeli. They literally are like the most like bloodthirsty people. They're gonna grow up to become whatever. We all know what we need to do. Okay, like he's literally like virtue signaling about that. It's fucking insane. Yeah.
The more they'll flee back to Brooklyn, so we can destroy the state of Israel. And on top of that, if you take his word, which I think he believes,
Isn't that the
if it is a-
Israeli argument? Like, we need to do this in order to get a Palestinian state, and so the more we do this kind of stuff, it's to protect
I
our
think that's
aspirations
like-
to be a state.
you
might agree or disagree, but isn't that like the stated logic of the Palestinians, that we need to do, or Israelis, like we need to do this to protect our state, and the Palestinians, we need to do this to make our state happen? And they both have an incident of
I don't think the Israeli policy would be like, we need to cause terror and needless like civilian death. Maybe that would be like the Likud's or like Netanyahu's stated policy.
the people who are in charge right now.
Yeah, but they are within the restraints of, well, the U.S., the former.
Where does Haaretz come from? Where does B'Tselem come from? These are Israeli human rights organizations or media outlets that cover almost exclusively favorably Palestinian issues. Like, how are you going to try to broad brush paint the entire Israeli society based on the current government?
Former U.S. administration and within the restraints of their
Elective Tool, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Trump won the popular vote, by the way.
people, which there has been pushback from their people.
When?
I mean, isn't there protests against Netanyahu constantly for not only for his corruption, but for, you know, the hostages and for the deaths caused in Gaza? Like, hasn't there been mass protests against him?
I don't think in general that the people are rising up against Netanyahu because he's too cavalier about civilian death in Gaza.
Okay, I don't want to really debate
Okay,
like.
yeah.
Dude, why are you tagging me? What the fuck? Say what you want. Don't tag me just to say hi. What the fuck?
Wait, does he think broadly everybody in Israel supports all the
Yep, and you're
civilian
gone.
death?
Goodbye.
Was that the implication there?
Good one.
Against him?
I don't think in general that the people are rising up against Netanyahu because he's too cavalier about civilian death in Gaza.
Okay, I don't want to really debate like the
let's
Israel
not-
thing.
yeah.
It's just we're getting off topic.
Okay, but Hasan has a particular view of, you know, foreign relations. I'm not here to defend all Hasan shit. I'm just basically saying.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to get you to defend all
Yeah,
this.
like-
I think it's.
That's not gonna work on me again. I know you.
I'm sorry, what did he say? Hasan has a particular view on foreign relations. What? What?
No, it's not parasociality. Some of these people, like, especially if they're new and they're coming into like be weird and shit, like, don't you think it's kind of like interesting how like these two timies are coincided with one another? How Aiden comes in and then now you have a bunch of other people also coming in who are like new names and stuff like that and tagging me. What do you think is going on there, right?
So then the one statement that I made yesterday or the day before, whenever I streamed last, was correct, and that these people just don't think Hasan is that bad. So my statement there was absolutely correct, and now I feel, to quote somebody, fully vindicated in that position. They just don't think that Hasan's position is that crazy. Hasan cheering on terrorism is basically the same thing as me saying, that firefighter got shot at the rally. I don't give a fuck about it. It's basically the exact same thing. Okay.
Like, okay, I'll ask you this, and then maybe I can like add like evidence or whatever. Like, do you think Hasan is okay with destroying the current order of the United States, and he's perfectly fine with like violence to do that?
Is Hasan okay with violent revolution in America?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, dude.
How could you say I don't know, right? Like how could you say I don't know? How is that a fucking acceptable answer, right? So you're gonna throw your weight behind Hasan, and then you're gonna say I don't know. Like, just he's smart in this, right? No, he has to be smart in this.
It's because I just don't think he knows very much about like Marxist-Leninism, and Aaron is also very good at being.
Because you're surprised she's still gonna go. I wouldn't say that. I would not say that. But also, in addition, I just want to say, all right, like, honestly, maybe ask J-Stelk why the fuck he's dating an institutionalized fucking psych ward lady. What the fuck, bro, dude, go to him first, okay? Well, why is he criticizing Destiny from the fucking perspective of dating a fucking institutionalized like psych ward lady? Just someone that he personally has institutionalized. Just FYI, okay? Just in case you don't know.
Mask on. He just must not know, I guess.
Don't know. I think there's a clip on the deprogram.
Like, what? I'm so curious. And it's funny because he's gonna be like, well, has Hasan actually said that? Has Hasan actually said that he's okay with violence?
It's hurt poor people that they can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how that works.
My understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers in a video game. Sorry. Holy shit. Murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude. Oh my god, in a video game, of course. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit, dude. Sorry.
Like, I mean, I don't know, like, what else I'm
Grand podcast where he talks about this, and he talks about. Have you seen this before?
No.
Where he's talking with. It's pretty creepy.
Wait, he hasn't even seen the deprogram segment? So that means he didn't watch Ethan Klein's Content Nuke. It means he hasn't seen any of the surrounding conversation about how Hasan tries to weaponize other communities and Democrats and liberals to further his own socialist agenda? How can he not be aware of literally anything around this? What?
I can link it to you.
Yeah, it makes you think. I
have the link. I don't know where.
Do you know kind of what he says?
In general. He goes on to say, like, I'm here for the purposes of, funneling people into the radicalization pipeline in order to reach, the communist or the revolution.
Boy.
Destiny wants to kill half the country. Pisco, why aren't you saying Hasan is the next Hitler? Are you fucking him or something?
State or whatever.
So yeah, that's not violent revolution. Revolutions can be violent and non-violent.
The communist or the revolution state funneling.
Okay, I'm sorry. When we're talking about revolution, are we talking about the kind where you go to the ballot? Is that the revolution we're talking about, really? So you walk your ass to the ballot, and what? You do a revolution there with your fucking pen. You fill in the little like fucking bubble. That's a revolution.
People into the radicalization pipeline in order to reach, the communist or the revolution state or whatever. So
yeah, that's not violent revolution. Revolutions can be violent and non-violent.
So stupid, dude. So retarded. Also, yeah, like hold the phone, okay? Hold the fucking phone. They don't even believe in voting, dude. I think I called into InfraHaz before, okay? Hazaldine, whatever the fuck, okay? And I was trolling him. To be honest, I was trolling him, okay? Way back then, years and years ago, okay? And I was like, well, have you ever tried advocating for communism from house to house, door knocking, you know? Convincing people to vote for communists, and he just like goes like getting voters. We don't vote, okay? Like that is the most mask off, okay? The most mask off you can be is Has, okay? Is like infrared, okay? Yeah. For people who don't know, infrared is like this communist YouTuber. Very, very mask off. Okay?
I can't. There's just no way. This can't be proffered in good faith. That's impossible. There's just no way.
Yeah, but we're doing this Uber.
Okay, if it's all mask on and we're just assuming, I'm just asking, are there like explicit statements of him supporting violent revolution in America?
Is there an explicit statement of Donald Trump supporting a violent revolution on January 6th? Like,
I didn't even think of that. Okay.
I don't have all the moments. I just know through seeing enough of this. I know that's like a bad answer.
Right,
I just
did Hasan talk about? Wait, someone's saying this. Hasan has been talking about letting landlords soak in pig blood or something. I don't know if that. Did Hasan talk about? Wait, someone's saying this. Hasan has been talking.
Whatever happened to? No, he's just doing what he usually does. He streams to an audience of like 400 to 600 people, and he talks about enacting American communism. I think lately he's been like, maybe he changed. I think lately he's been advocating for his audience to vote Trump. The reason he wants his audience to vote Trump, I assume, is probably because he wants them to be accelerationists or something. That makes the most sense.
Talking about letting landlords soak in pig.
when did Palestinians just invade and rot all political discourse? I thought Doobie used to be like the people accused him of being like fucking alt-right or whatever. Doobie says, okay, if there's a genocide happening, isn't it a good thing to stop the transport of missiles / ammo / gear to support the genocide? What the fuck?
Pig blood or something? I don't know if that's maybe.
Yeah, I know he said like let the capitalist blood flow the streets. But I don't bring these up because
like Destiny makes statements
play
like that.
Them off. If you're like, yeah, that's why I'm saying.
Destiny makes statements like that. Pisco's telling people to vote Trump. What? No. Sorry, I'm talking about Haas. Infrared. Okay, I'm talking about infrared. Infrared told people to vote Trump because it makes sense. He's an accelerationist, right?
I don't bring him up because
sorry, I'm not talking about Pisco.
People can play them off as like jokey, but I don't like. Okay, like it's just like I don't know how much you've seen of his coverage of like Israel-Palestine, but he's like unhinged, talking about like how the violence is completely okay, and if he's okay with it there because he thinks Israel is a genocidal state, he thinks America is also a genocidal state because we support Israel.
Oh my God. Doobie tries to say he was LARPing now? Quick reminder that while I was LARPing as an open far-right fascist on panels on debate streams, Destiny was doing regular AMAs on my massive Discord server while I gobbled up members of his audience. Like he planned it because I was nice enough to do 4.
Bro, dude. What is this like fucking dude? This is like full delusion on full display, dude. How do you even become this delusional? Like where do you even begin? Is there like a fucking beginner's guide for being this fucking delusional? Is there like a fucking starter deck for this?
4-hour fucking AMAs on his server? Bro, like I said, okay, listen, when people call me schizo, okay, this is why I will...
Bitch, you probably captured like 5 people from his audience, okay, at maximum. What are you talking about?
We'll at least spend a little bit of time talking.
Oh, guys, do you guys remember the mass exodus from Destiny's community to Doobie's community? Oh, that was so crazy, guys. Oh, isn't it? And wasn't it so crazy how everyone just went to Doobie's stream after that? Oh, wait, Doobie doesn't stream. Oh, right, okay.
Talking about all the connections, okay? Oh my God! And Vivian is there! What? Vivian is back! Donated $10, donated $10, donated $10, donated $10. Most of the destruction happened under Biden. There was starvation under Biden.
Who's Vivian? MX Vivian Wolf is this anarchist communist super tanky who basically tried to justify doxing lists, where she has a list of contacts and people that she thinks is anti-revolutionary, where she would encourage people to go and dox them, basically. Like whoever is like a danger to communist ideas or whatever the fuck, like she would just put them on the list and something. She has debated this with Destiny many times. All right, that's how crazy she is. Yeah, she believes in like that is unhinged. Okay, yeah.
Mayo, this guy's coping hard. What should be done to Americans who distribute pamphlets they receive from organizations?
I try to read as many chats as I could. If I couldn't, just tag me, okay, and I'll try to respond. I know a lot of people, once chat moves fast enough, they just stop reading, right? I'll do my best. Okay.
The U.S. Trump has designated a terrorist group, Prison for Rehabilitation. Zionism equals ethno-nationalism, by the way. Quick reminder that while I was LARPing, we said this, was Destiny pandering to the far right when he was doing streams with Sneeko, Myron Gaines, Nick Fuentes, and Lawrence Southern? They were often just hanging out or wandering around in public together. Almost every single fucking stream that I was doing with almost all of these people was like a fucking active debate. Even regardless of what you ever wanted to say about the unverified and unvetted rumors. With me and Lauren, even my streams with her were usually all fucking debates. There was never a point ever where people saw me on streams and they were like, oh my God, is Destiny a Nazi now? Did Destiny believe in Nazism? Did Destiny become a Nazi? That's just never, ever, ever been the case. I don't know why people try to do this thing. It's not real. It can't be real. This can't be a real comparison, right? Where like, oh, you're mad that that Hasan brought on the Houthi kid, but weren't you with Nick Fuentes? I was debating him the entire stream. Hasan brought on the Houthi kid because he was supporting everything he was doing. He was supporting the whole time. Wasn't Aaron regularly on Disney stream for hours, hanging out online and in person, and also being pushed on platforms like Fresh and Fit through her association with him? I didn't push Aaron anywhere. That was all Progressive Victory and Pixie and whatever the fuck they were doing. That was Progressive Victory is not my organization. I know that like Kiwi Farms and all of these like weird, deranged, unhinged losers like to pretend somehow that it was my organization. It wasn't. I didn't direct them or give directions to them or anything at all. And they also say that I took a ton of money from them, even though they have to publicly file all the people they paid. I got paid $0 from Progressive Victory. I didn't have anything to do with any of their scheduled planning or anything, except I guess maybe whenever we did our canvassing events. Also, when Aaron was on, I was usually arguing with Aaron about shit as well.
Destiny was having fun. So they're referring to the chicken and waffle stream. All right. Basically, what was going on was that both Nick Fuentes and Destiny had chicken and waffles together, and basically Destiny got a lot of shit for it, including from his own audience. What happened was Destiny got chicken and waffles with Nick Fuentes as a break, right, as a part of his stream, and with Melina as well, I think, if I remember correctly. And Mr. Girl basically challenged Destiny on it, saying that it was wildly irresponsible for him to do that. And Destiny's counter argument was, well, I was debating him the entire time, obviously. So we just can't have one stream together where we're eating chicken and waffles, right? So I debate him very often. That was like 90% of my interactions with him, and 10% of it is like chicken and waffles or something. I believe that this is the same defense that he gave for Lawrence Southern. So basically, at some point, Destiny had a stream with Lawrence Southern where they were playing League of Legends together. And that was, I think that was also around the time where Destiny was cheating with Lawrence Southern, I think. Yeah. Lore master, okay? I'm a fucking lore master is what, okay? You're welcome.
The initial response was embarrassing for him because it exposed his irrational Hasan derangement syndrome. He found it difficult to defend, so he pretended. You changed the context to avoid the L. Simple.
Why would he be okay with the total destruction of America if they're just as genocidal as Israel?
He may be. I just don't know. I'm agnostic on that. I don't know.
Because wait, do you acknowledge that he thinks Israel should be destroyed?
If what you mean by destroy is ended as a Jewish state, I think the answer is yes.
Oh.
What? No. Pisco. Pisco, what's happening? Hello? Am I dreaming right now? Did I not hear? I did not hear that. What? Dude. Dude, Pisco has to be joking, right? He's memeing, right, guys?
Oh my
Right?
god.
You don't.
I don't know that he supports the murder, the death of every single Israeli living in Israel.
Okay. It's just it's.
I
don't think you're.
You
It's,
think that he
it's,
supports?
You can't win. No, this kid is right. Whoever's, I don't know who's arguing with him. Wait, was this Zip? Whoever's arguing with this is right. He feels frustrated, and he should feel frustrated because Pisco's like hardcore fucking, not gaslighting him, but like the way that he's like leading around this debate. Like,
No.
do you show me a statement where Hasan is saying, I want every single Jewish person who's innocent and hasn't committed a single crime to be killed summarily for absolutely no reason? Like,
The side of Israelis.
I don't know. I think the furthest I'm willing to go would be like an ethnic cleansing of them.
Okay. Do you think Israel supports an ethnic cleansing of Palestinians?
I think the current administration does, absolutely.
Okay. So on that, would you agree they're on all fours?
Like, Israel does not support ethnically cleansing all the Palestinians. Netanyahu absolutely does, and all of the very far right Zionists in Israel absolutely do. If I had to guess like a percentage of their population, depending upon how you pull and how you ask, probably anywhere from like 10 to 40%, 10 to 45%, maybe that might be a little bit high, would probably support like doing it in
Yeah, and then but then like the things that a lot of people fail to mention is that there's a bunch of Israelis that are very much pro-Palestinian, right? Like even a lot of people who serve in the IDF makes like good faith effort in order to like help Palestinians. Like there's literally Palestinian aid organizations in Israel made by Israelis. They exist, okay? But no one ever mentions them because it's like, oh, we can't put them in a good light, guys. They're a bunch of colonializers.
practice, but not all of Israel, not every single.
Just FYI, okay? At least you can have discourse in Israel. Do you know where you can't have discourse like that? In Gaza, okay? If you talk any smack about Hamas or any smack, you're putting your family in danger, okay? Because Hamas has tortured and killed like countless Palestinians at this point, okay? Protests against Hamas, you're dead, okay?
Citizen. Again, what do these organizations like B'Tselem and Haaretz, where do they come from, right? These guys, like B'Tselem's position is that B'Tselem is an Israeli-founded organization of.
I guess what I'm saying is that you can't have your cake and eat it too. That's what I'm saying, right? You can't say, oh, I'm going to use the one, but I'm also going to use the other. No, you have to choose one, right?
Jews that monitor human rights abuses against Palestinians. They say that the Palestinians living in Israel are under an apartheid state. They say that Israel is committing a genocide. Like these are Jews living in Israel, Israeli citizens.
Well, I mean, people also don't forget about the thousands of Palestinians that are also living in Israel, okay? Not only is a good percentage of the Israeli population Arab, but also a portion of that is also Palestinian, okay? So just keep in mind, okay, if you're talking about like a violent revolution to overthrow Israel or anything of that sort, you're also talking about killing a bunch of Palestinians because objectively, a lot of them are going to be caught in the crossfire or they're going to be fighting for their home, right? Because they have a home in fucking Israel, right? So you're gonna say that in the fucking warfare and the fighting, you're not gonna touch their homes. You know exactly which homes you're not gonna touch for some reason because they belong to Palestinians. Excuse me, they bought that property. Their family lives in it, right?
Sorry, what do you mean? What?
So as someone who supports Israel, who supports ethnic cleansing, as someone who supports Hamas or Palestine that supports ethnic cleansing, like how should we view those?
It's hard to do this because when we look at like someone who's like supporting like Hamas or whatever, and they want ethnic cleansing and they want genocide versus like somebody who's
most of the Arabs are Arab Jews, right? Which is why I like to point out the Palestinians living in Israel, not the fact that there are Arabs living in Israel. I think that's a little silly, okay? But like I like to point out Palestinians who are living in Israel specifically.
Israeli supports Israel, and obviously I think the government supports like ethnic cleansing, and there's some of their people are genocidal. It's different because when we look at the Israeli government, it's constrained. I mean, it's like you say, like Trump is constrained.
They seem pretty unconstrained, bro. They're attacking Iran. They're attacking.
No,
Syria,
hold up, wait. Do you
saying they're he has no concept of Israeli history or governance? Right? He doesn't know anything about the country. He might get. I think his girlfriend is like a pretty big anti-Israeli person, so maybe he gets.
His girlfriend is also a tanky, right? That's what I've been told. Maybe someone can correct me on this.
All of his opinions from her, but even Joanna's not that stupid about Israel. That to pretend that Israel has no constraints around how they conduct their foreign policy is ridiculous. Like they have a big carte blanche to do a lot right now, especially with Trump in office, for sure. But to say they have no restraints is just to be totally ignorant of the country and history. If they had no constraints, all the Palestinians would be living in the Sinai right now. That would be the.
Trump is constrained.
They seem pretty unconstrained, bro. They're attacking Iran. They're attacking.
No,
Syria,
hold up, wait.
So,
do you?
Or they would literally be dead. Like, or they would literally just be dead. Right?
Agree that there's a difference in the way Israel's conducted.
Wow, Israel must be really good at genocide. It only took them like what, 80 years or something and ongoing. Sorry, 50 years, 60 years and ongoing. Wow, they're so great at genocide, guys. Holy shit.
The war prior to Trump versus post-Trump.
I think that there's
a significant
difference. I agree. But
Oh, good job. You
why
did that.
matters.
So there.
Well, that means they have constraints.
If we acknowledge that Israel has constraints, okay, which include America and,
Wait, can I
and
just pause?
our,
I think it's significant. I don't think it's massive.
Yeah.
really there was no like starvation before Trump.
Well,
there was
I think
no
that is
there was no
significant.
ethnic cleansing before Trump.
I think that was
There
their
were-
aim all along. I think that I think it's intensified and ratcheted up for sure. I think it's significant. I just don't think that like it's probably right now like more people have died under Biden if we're just looking at deaths. I do think it's
Well, that
significant.
Oh, now he's slandering our boy Biden. We can't let this go, dude. He's slandering our boy Biden. This is unacceptable, all right? Nobody slanders our boy Biden, okay? He's our boy.
I don't think that's consequential.
I
Like-
think it's a consequential difference. I just don't think it's like
You're wrong. It's the Palestinians are way too good at surviving a genocide. How the fuck are they gonna survive a genocide? Like, if I feel like the vast majority of genocides happen within the span, like the maximum is like 10 years, at max, right? If we're talking about like most genocide are like constrained within several months, even, right? Or years, right? Like the Holocaust happened over like 10 years or so, right? But or 15 years. But the thing is just like, yeah.
3 orders of magnitude. I think it's like maybe.
I'm sorry, I keep getting into the thing because it's just it's so related to like the violent talk that
Okay.
Hasan employs. Like
It was a joke, by the way. Oh.
it's hard because I'm having to like work in this world right now where like Hasan is like I have to take him at his good word, but I feel like we understand if we take his total things, like we can see. I don't even think you have to be like uncharitable to get to where he's saying certain things.
Just to everyone in the chat, I think it's a significant difference. When I say it's not massive, I just mean like I think that Israel had the intent of ethnic cleansing the whole time, and that there was massive civilian death the whole time. And yeah, in terms of like the actual destruction, most of it happened under Biden. So I'm not saying that it's not a significant difference.
Dude, I swear to God, like Pisco is just rage baiting, dude. Like I feel like Pisco is just like hitting exactly like the right fucking sentences and syllables that it takes to trigger everyone. He's really good at it, okay? He's actually just legitimately really good at rage baiting, okay? I think that's what's happening.
Most of it happened under Biden because Biden was the one who was president when the war started. 9/11 happened under.
Yo, Masaki, thank you so much for the $10 donated via Streamlabs. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, you're always a real one. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Much love.
Under Bush. That doesn't mean that Bush was responsible for 9/11. Also, Pisco's just reading off quotes from people like Doobie. Most of the destruction happened under Biden. There was starvation under Biden. LeMayo, this guy's coping hard.
When I say it's not massive, I just mean I think the intent has been consistent. And that a lot of the destruction happened under Biden, and so that's why I say it's not massive. Maybe it's an order of magnitude difference, but it's not many orders of magnitude different. That's all I mean.
Okay, I'm gonna try and like recenter because we just
let's recenter.
Horrible tangent.
Can we get to like prescriptions at some point?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll get to prescriptions. Okay. Have you ever read Rawls, like John Rawls?
I'm sure at some point, but I'm sure I
like,
couldn't remember.
Like, do you know about his like idea of
Netanyahu was caught basically saying they were doing it surely, slowly in regards to the West Bank. Yeah, but you can argue that's ethnic cleansing because they're forcing people out of their homes and shit, right? But like in terms of genocide, that's a deliberate, calculated action that needs a lot of proof, right? Preferably in a court of law. But if you can't get into a court of law, then you would have to do so within somewhere else. Okay, I don't know. But I guess what I'm saying is that, you know, I'm not trying to say, oh, you have to get into a court of law in order to prove it. No, I'm saying like there just isn't good enough evidence that there isn't.
like the political principle and like common consensus? Like, you know,
You're gonna have to refresh me on them. I can't.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
so
not right now.
like Rawls, like,
I just to be clear, I did like part of a politics degree